Hi guys, welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Nicole, and for those of you returning, welcome. I'm glad everybody has decided to join me. This is going to be the reading for Aquarius for the month of September of 2022. I'm sorry that it took me this long to get this out to you guys. It's been a little bit hectic on certain days, and thanks to Mercury retrograde pre-shadow, I can thank slow internet speeds as well. So sorry. Guys, so this was going to be Aquarius for your sun, moon, your rising, and your Venus. Cross watchers, if you're watching, take the placements as it resonates for all of you. Let's see. So, guys, I am available for personal readings on a limited basis. So that information is going to be found in the description box below, as well as in the About section of the page of Path of Enlightenment Tarot. So, I think that's about it, right? I think it covers just about everything. So let's get into this, see what's going on for you guys. Okay, so ask my spirit guides, guardian angels, source, higher self to join me to make sure you guys are getting all the messages that you need from me today. And all right, spirit for Aquarius this September. Okay. Questions and answers. Yeah, I'm playing 50 questions with somebody. Oops. Breakdown of communication for Aquarius. Okay. Well, guys, let's slow this down. Spirit's throwing me literally everything on the table. Let's get started with this one and we'll go from there. Celebrating simplicity. I am more fulfilled when there is less to manage and maintain. And then I feel like some things may have come to a point of, I don't want to call it combustion so much, but like a point of Spirit saying reconciliation, which I'll give that, but maybe reconciling something to yourself. For others of you, I feel like it's kind of like hitting that breaking point, maybe get the straw that broke the camel's back. There's just too much. Like one day it was just like, okay, there's too much going on. I need to simplify things. And then soothing and patience, this card came out in one of the daily collectives this week, I believe it was. It says there's nothing to do but wait. The card underneath, releasing expectations. Only the highest possibilities come to me, whether I envision them or not. Make sure you're not putting expectations into anything at all, right? Because expectations often turn into some disappointments for us from time to time. We get this idea, Aquarius, very thought process oriented, right? Guys, so making sure that, you're not necessarily hanging on. There may be some idea of wishes, hopes. This card to me represents like I forget exactly what you call it, but the fluffy stuff from the dandelion. Sorry for the poor depiction of exactly what things are, but I'm sure you get my drift. But to me, it's kind of like wishing for certain things. But I mean, you can have dreams and ideas, goals, whatever, and that's fine. But I would not tie them to an expectation of this is how things have to be. There's no other way to see this, because then the soothing impatience to me is understanding that you may be impatiently waiting for something out of a full idea of just expectation in itself. So then when you're simplifying things, it becomes easier. But for some of you, on the flip side to that, I feel like the celebrating simplicity is you've narrowed it down to only one potential, rather than understanding you may have many options around you, and that, rejection is God's protection. If something's not working out the way you envisioned it to be, there's probably a good reason for that. So a couple different things there. So let's see. I'm going to kind of break through your reading into two separate ones in a way, do something a little different. And as I'm reading collectively for people via the internet, I guess you could call it, I'm learning as to what works best for me and reading for you all, so bear with me. Collectively in person, I have no issue with a room full of people and doing all kinds of stuff, but obviously this is a little different, but still the messages that are meant to be heard are always going to be heard to those who need to hear it, or given to those who need to hear it. So just kind of playing around a little bit and see what comes up. So for Aquarius spirit, excuse me guys, reminder. Okay, so first card I'm getting, it says don't forget, but I'm hearing don't forget the date of death. Very weird message from Spirit to me. Don't forget the date of death. So to me, this, again, like, I don't even know what to say to that message. You also have 10-10 here, something coming to a close. You may be coming upon an anniversary of a loved one who's passed away. It's something you may be having a hard time resolving yourself to, whether it's choosing to forget. For others of you, it's like a nagging feeling that I get attached to this energy. And I'm actually gonna, usually don't clarify these guys, but I think we're going to. That energy, I felt that energy shift and it kind of got cold feeling to me. So let's see. I do medium shift work. And I never know what's coming through. So don't forget. What is this? Don't forget. What is this reminder? For some of you, you may have people just nagging at you, may be feeling overwhelmed, going back to that simplicity, simplifying things so that, you know, your brain isn't so scattered on various aspects of life. Okay, what is this date of death about? Wheel of Fortune. Two of Swords underneath that. This is a little weird to me. All right, let's see here. Okay. This can be what Spirit's giving me. And sometimes I don't know how to deliver these messages because we know that life is not always peaches and creams and all that kind of stuff. But there may have been someone who's passed away around you where there was, I'm hearing trauma bond from Spirit. This person, this is not going to be for everybody by any means. So take this and do with it what you need to. Discern what is yours. Do not make something fit that does not. Because I feel like this is a very specific message, and then I'll clarify otherwise. Whether you have sustained abuse of some sort from somebody that is now passed away, this was karmic stuff somehow. And I feel as if their manipulation, I'm hearing interrogation, and it makes me go back to that question and answer. Somebody may be dealing with the repercussions of somebody else's decision-making processes from the past, things that they did that they should never have done to you or to somebody that you know. I want to tell you that the wheels, and I don't have the Justice card here. I don't have anything that signifies this. This is coming from Spirit. The wheels of justice are in motion, but I feel like internally for you, there is a lot of heaviness of trying to forget and move forward. From the internal conflict, you may be numbing the pain. If you feel like you're in a space where you can't get out of that, please seek professional help. Truly. I don't care for this energy. It's not healthy. It's not okay. And turning a blind eye to what has happened, I'm hearing from Spirit there's no excuses for the behavior that this person brought forth into your life. So do not be in a position that you're blaming yourself for their egotistical, arrogant, and self-righteous ways. you had no, I'm hearing from Spirit, you had no control. This is who they were. This is who they are. So this date that comes up, this date of death, this date, and this date of death can be a metaphorical date of death that you remember when something specifically happened and it's trying to move out of that cycle of your life. It's trying to heal that cycle of your life. And I feel like for whomever this is for, you don't know how to get past that point. Let me do a little more clarifying. Yeah. To me, this person knew how to manipulate things, be very controlling, be very domineering, to be very manipulating to the point that they knew how to reel you back in every time. Understand those are head games. Understand that they did what they did and how they did it so they wouldn't feel responsible. And now you're living with the actions of what someone else has done. You're trying to get clarity around this situation for yourself to close this particular cycle of your life out. And you will make movement forward. Right now, I feel as if you're being asked to align with your true self and your true nature so that you can move forward in life. For any of you, whoever this message is for, if you have dealt with this, you have my sincerest sympathies and empathy for your situation. But I want to say, and this is such, like, I'm a Scorpio, I get the most fucked up stuff, guys. I swear to God, like, you just never know. I never know what's coming through. Their death was their karmic justice. I'm hearing from Spirit they got what they deserved. So this may be a thought from the person being, and I hate to use the word victim, but sometimes we are victims. But their death was their justice. That was your justice. Very, very deep message for somebody. You know, and sometimes we feel regret and remorse attached to that because somehow we find love for the person that has harmed us. So if that's where you're at, please get some counseling and therapies and psychological assistance to help you close out those areas of life if that has been a thing for you. Truly. I'm so sorry. I don't know what else to say to that. I'm so sorry. I did not intend for that reading to go, well, I never intended for any reading to ever go there, but just get the professional services that you're gonna need, or that you do need already. And don't blame yourself. Don't carry that guilt. You didn't know. Just let it close out. Move forward with your life. And don't self-medicate to deal with the pain. Because I feel like you're very much hiding pain attached to that. Gosh. Okay. Let's go back to the nagging aspect of this don't forget and see what comes up there instead. Okay? So Temperance, Nine of Pentacles, the Six of Cups. I feel like you may have been in a space, and again, simplifying things, and I think I said this earlier, that you're learning, like, again, the straw that broke the camel's back, right? That you're learning that there's just too much going on around you. So if we cut it down to where there's not as much going on, we're not investing our energy 1,000 different places, we're able to just be more comfortable in the things that we need to address. So then we can equally give to the things that we are invested in, and it's balanced, plain and simple, right? So I wouldn't dig too much into that. Yeah. It's just balancing energy to where you need to. And you may feel like someone is kind of on your ass on the regular about certain things. It's like, you know what, if you didn't give me a list of 700 things to do in 2 hours, maybe I'd get something accomplished, kind of thing. So, to simplify that I'm hearing information from Spirit, simplify that information and navigate things. And for some reason, for some of you, this may be paperwork or something, where you're, it's like signing a mortgage for a house. There's 7,000 sheets. You're literally like signing your life away. It's like, okay, we could have just done this all in one thing. So why are we doing the same thing redundantly when we don't need to? It just logically, Aquarius mind, it doesn't make sense. So, all right, clarify cycles, please. Again, another closing. Got the Fool, the Page of Cups, the Hangman. What are you afraid of? All of these cards to me are kind of like in pause mode right now. They've slowed down, they've stopped, they're trying to overanalyze in a way, even though I don't have any swords here, overanalyzing what their next move is going to be. You may just, I'm hearing January is going to be a marker for some of you, and that 10 reproduces to a 1, which is January. So it's like you may be waiting for a new fresh start at the beginning of the year. For some of you, maybe taking a job elsewhere. So you're kind of like deciding what it is that you want to do moving into the new year already, really thinking around the time of your birthday, what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, why you want to do it that way. So yeah, like you're kind of holding back, trying to make a decision right now. And for some of you, this may be even making a decision when it comes to the heart space, the emotional aspects of things, like, do I want to give here or don't I? Let's see. I feel like you're thinking like 10 steps ahead, like what's gonna come at the beginning of the year. So some interesting things, but you visionary aspects. Yeah. So side note, back to the first scenario, letting go. You can release this. It might be tough to do that, but you will in due time. For the rest of you, don't get too caught up in how you see things. Just let it forever. Let it do what it needs to do for you. And I'm sorry that I put that on repeat. I just need to like record it and just hit the button and just let it play over and over and over again. But don't get caught up in the headspace. Like, again, that perception of this expectation, to me, vision, like she's got that picture, as I talked about earlier, in her mind about how this has to be. So you've got a lot of moon energy attached to that card. There's a lot of love. If this is a love situation, don't expect a person to behave in a certain way. And you may be letting go of a lot of that. In a lot of ways, that letting go is back there behind all of this. Number 22, which breaks down to a 4, our foundations. Just let it play out. If it's meant to work out, it will work out. And if it doesn't, if it's not supposed to, it just won't. And, again, rejection is God's protection. You're being forced to move outside of that because there's something better for you elsewhere. So why put yourself in something that's going to be loveless or unreciprocal or anything to that extent? All right, Spirit for Aquarius. I'll tell you what, guys, the closer that we've gotten into Mercury retrograde, these readings have just gone freaking wonky on me. I don't know what the hell is going on. Okay, for Aquarius, please, for September. Guys. What in the world? Another 10. So you've got 10, 10, 10. 37 in particular. Some of you may be 37. The number 37 may resonate with you for some reason. Another 8 is on the board, so you have 8, 8. Please stop overthinking things. Like, it's almost like you're obsessing. And through this obsession of this situation, you're putting yourself in a state of lack. that doesn't need to be. You're not lacking anything, really. It's the mind creating this illusion that there's no way around whatever this visionary expectation is. There's the need to release that expectation, but I feel like you're obsessing over it constantly. Whether it's, why don't they like me? Why don't they come towards me? Why don't they do this? Why don't they do that? Why isn't this working out? Why? It's constantly very much back and forth energy in your head, and it's just making things harder on you than they need to be at this time. Just plain old statement, let it go. Death, yeah, some things are just not meant to be the way we perceive it to be. It's the end. Again, another card of ending, 10, 10, 10, right? Like cards of endings. You've completed a cycle, let that cycle close. I feel like you guys were in a good space for a while. I forget, I think it was the Aquarius reading that I did for mid-August maybe. And if I remember correctly, you guys were in a pretty decent space. So don't get, I almost feel like you're retracting and going back to maybe old thought patterns and behaviors. No, for some of you, this person may be younger than you. Yeah, they may be younger than you that you're dealing with. They may not be. They may not be for you. 8 of Wands, wanting to communicate an emotional space to them, emotional whatever. Again, this could be for the cross watcher. This could be for you, Aquarius. Yeah, there's the Lovers. Ace of Cups, wanting to offer them some type of love, like I just said, right? And that was an underlying cards otherwise on the splits. Wanting to offer them, wanting them to offer them the 10 of Cups. You're going, I just know this can be beautiful. Here's your expectation. It's all tied up in that, but you're going to get your heart broken. 3 of Swords. You're going to get your heart broken. So you're going to step, like, I'm hearing Casanova, like, here I come, right? Like, here I come. We can make this work. I'm going to be courageous. I'm going to jump off the branch. And you're landing on a pile of like pins and needles at the end of the day. And it's like, well, maybe. Like, I almost feel like some of you are getting your head knocked. It's like you're doing the same thing over and over again, or trying to approach whoever this is, this person who is probably younger than you are. You may mean well. I do believe that you mean well, but I think you're barking up the wrong tree, because it's like obsessive energy. Just let it be what it needs to be. If it's not meant for you, I mean, you can have friendships and what have you, and that's fine, but not everything is meant to be a matter of love. You can give love and be of love, but I feel like you're creating unnecessary scenarios and situations in your mind. And if you're the person who is younger and, how do I put that? Okay, so if you're the person who is younger, it's like, well, I just feel like I got to clarify all this stuff. There's so much going on for you guys in so many different levels right now. It's crazy. There's that damn hangman again. Okay. Daughter of Pentacles. Let's clarify this. Yeah. If you're the younger person, you may see some reciprocal energy there. You see the offers of that reciprocal energy, like you're fine with that. But you may be dealing with multiple people though. If you are the younger person in this situation, trying to temper emotional aspects. For some of you, you already may have a family dynamic elsewhere. So, it's like this person may be older and wiser. For some reason, the age of 38 is coming out as well. Again, I say this with a kindness, like it means nothing to me. It may mean everything to you. There's that Page of Pentacles, Page of Swords. You may be involved with somebody around your own age, as it is right now. 3 of Swords, like, yeah, there's a 3 of Swords energy again. Let's clarify. to know what is going on for you guys. And here comes that Swords energy, right? Three of Swords, waiting. Well, I'll wait until you figure things out. I'm still offering you love. Yeah. This is so, it feels so like so off balance to me. It's like, well, I'll just wait. It's like the person that does not take rejection well, or it's like, well, I'll still wait. It's fine. I'll wait for you for 20 years. It's fine. And what are you waiting for? Like, you can promise rainbows, butterflies, and all things happy, holy, and sunny, and I just hear that it's not lining up. So I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it doesn't line up. All right, let's outcome here, Spirit. What is the outcome? Outcome, future conditions. Golly, guys. Heavy shit, heavy stuff. There is just this hard, stubborn energy from somebody that this is damned and determined to come together one way or another. And I feel like you're constantly over analyzing the situation. Like, yep, it's a state of denial, a complete state of denial of how you're going to get there. It's give it up. Like, what are you doing? Why are you wasting your time, energy, and effort on something that is not going to serve you? It's not going to flourish the way that you hoped it would be. For somebody else will come around. And I feel like if you could invest that energy and time into somebody that is fully reciprocating to you, it would be a better welcomed avenue for you. And I'm looking back here too at the soothing and patience. Like, God bless you that you're trying to be patient. You know, for some of you, I think twofold, right? So for some of you, this is never going to come to fruition. For others of you, there may be a situation where the person that you love is at a distance from you, that you are willing to wait for them. God forbid they be in jail or something like that. Like, that's not a great scenario. If they're away at work, they're military. I mean, all the scenarios, everything, every situation is different for everybody. So take what is for you and leave the rest behind. But I think in the overall scheme of things, where those of you who are investing your time, your energy, and love with a younger person, it does not come to flourish. For some of you, I want to clear, like, there's so many messages coming in. Like, Spirit's hitting me so hard with all these different scenarios right now that I don't even know where to start and end, because this video could be probably 3 days long. Like, that's where I'm at right now. For those of you pertaining to children, because Spirit's also going on, what about the kids? What about the kids? Okay, what about the kids? But to me, this may be a parental child thing as well. Let's see, Spirit for Aquarius. How does this pertain to children? Children, please. You may be at an impasse right now for creating stable foundations for you and your children at this time. And you may be overanalyzing things because you feel like you're lacking, right? Financial constraints there, taking action to secure that space. I feel like for some of you, if this is pertaining to kids, I don't know what the situation was in the past, but it's like you're waiting for something to clear up so that you can move forward into a more stable foundation where you don't feel like there's a matter of lacking. Somebody may be coming around to help you take action towards these things at this time in regards to your kids. Yeah, indecision. Not sure how to go about completing this particular cycle for this particular matter. Finding, I'm going to tell you to take action in the sense right now of being in a state of love, gratitude, and appreciation. And as we move into the full moon on Saturday, this Pisces moon has a lot to do with that, right? Like coming from a more compassionate, empathetic, loving, nurturing space, giving to those that are struggling or do not have. But this, to me, there's a need to understand that behind the scenes, what you cannot see is there is divine spirit, whatever you put your faith into. This was a contract in regards to your children, whether this was karmic or whatever it might be, legal, that had to play out. But behind the scenes, you've got spirit working in your favor. You may not completely see it. For some of you, you just may have a knowing that things are going to improve, right? And then at the bottom it's about your stability, you holding love for your children and mending your way through the chaos of the situation. So when it comes to your children, if you have children and this is for you, you may feel like for a while things got really frozen, got held back. When is the cycle? A 10, 8, 8, 8s again, in 10s for you guys. I mean, you guys are all completing something. Something is coming to a hard end. And I think we had the World card on some underlying or something here at some point when I was clarifying, where the false foundations will be shown. You're coming into a place of growth. Don't get rigid. And rigid was actually underneath the one oracle deck that I was using, because you're transforming, you're holding that heart space, and that heart space is creating a more stable foundation where you're like, I can just like kind of see you cutting away the brush and the muck and the mud to clear the path for better things to come. And through that, you're creating and you're working with divine source. They're behind you. They're solely behind you, moving you forward. Again, there is an internal knowing that something on the horizon is coming. Harvest time, now's the time. October 10, again, that 10 sticking out and going, October come rolling out of my mouth. August to October is where you really may see your stability starting to come to a solid creation, like it's something you can actually finally see, something that is tangible, that maybe you were lacking for a while. You had to put your faith, you had to put your love into yourself, you had to put your love into figuring things out. A lot of decision making had to be done and made. Maybe some other cycles had to close out in the process, but you're being divinely guided. You really are, and you may not fully understand it right now. You may not fully see it, but it is there. Good God. This week, these readings, whew, look, just for funsies, I'm like, split the deck. Crown chakra, connection to the divine. Pay attention. They're telling you what you need to do. Quiet the mind, go within, pay attention to divine, pay attention to source, pay attention to your higher self, because you're manifesting something new. And for on the other side of this situation, whoever might be on the other side of that, their time's running out. And I mean that not in a physical sense, but in the sense of whatever they were trying to create, a way of hanging on. Maybe this could have been a divorce where there were kids involved and things to that nature, where they were maybe trying to hang on to something. You see through what they're doing. The divine knows what they're doing. It will not sustain. It won't. So don't worry about it. Easy for me to say, right? Don't worry about it, but it's going to clear itself up. Just keep doing what you're doing, because you're healing through this situation. You're having a better knowing, a better understanding. If you're dealing with somebody younger than you that's not your children, for some of you, let it go. It's not serving of you. For others of you who may be dealing with someone, like you may always feel like you've always waited on this person. You've always waited on this person, and you may, in your eyes, maybe I'm hearing romance of the lifetime. That why would I not wait? Like Romeo and Juliet kind of shit. Like I've never understood the waiting on somebody. I mean, I did it myself for some time. You end up wasting your time. So I guess, every situation is different for everybody, but really pay attention. Is reciprocity being had if you're waiting? Is reciprocity really truly occurring? So, oh my God, what a message. You guys are wearing me out. Okay. Cards of advice for Aquarius spirit, please. A lot of different messages there. 3 cards of advice. Oh, for the love of gosh. Okay, let's see. So we've got shock of the new, 6. Again, things coming back around. A 9 there. Pandora's gift. Shock of the new. I still feel like this is somebody, I'm still getting that younger energy. Some of you may be changing your appearance, trying to present yourself differently. To me, this really has to do with the physical aspects of yourself. Maybe trying to make yourself look younger, trying to make yourself feel better. Oh my gosh, can I please just have one card? Spirit, just one card. Okay, whatever, I'm just gonna take them. Shock of the new. So yeah, for someone younger, you may be changing your style, changing what you listen to, changing just a lot of external things about yourself. Hair, nails, like almost stepping into a completely different you. Next card, Pandora's gift. You're seeing something very differently. You had to go down the rabbit hole to experience this big shift. So there may have been fear of opening that box, afraid of what was going to come from it. But I think that you're also coming to a sense that peace is to be had and is being given to you through going down the rabbit hole. Oh, these messages, gosh. New birth, guarded vigilante. This message to me particularly goes back to the first scenario. You may feel absolutely worn out, absolutely exhausted. I'm going to deliver this message. Spirit's given it to me. God help me. If you are a mother who has lost your child or lost touch with somebody, yes, it has worn you down over the years. Know that this child is with you. I'm getting emotional. Holy shit. The messages that are coming out today, I just don't even understand. And then that breaks down to a 6. That's karma, that's kids, that's karmic, that's soulmates, that's so many different things. You have held on to faith for so long. But it has broken the heart and worn the soul. But you feel them. You feel them near you. You know they're around. You feel yourself aging from the stress of the situation. Again, if this is your story, I'm so sorry for any pain that you've gone through. Receiving, number 27, breaks down to a 9, and diving for light, 11. I talked about the reciprocity earlier. Understand that what you give, you should be getting in return. And again, with this full moon energy, please invest into helping other people, helping those who are in need of help, but also make sure that that help that you're giving is not being taken advantage of, clearly. But I feel like with this particular energy, you may be finally receiving something that it's been long awaited. And it's like you knew that in due time this would come to be. And then we've got diving for light. To me, it's very, very poised in how you're carrying yourself at this time through the state of receiving. It's acknowledging that, like, hey, finally, like, someone's filling my cup, and that makes me feel good. And that's very lovely energy to have there. And I also feel like it brings a state of peace, rest, and rejuvenation that comes along with that. Aquarius, that is it. Put a fork in me. I really don't even know what to say. I'm going to be completely honest. Understand that I do these readings collectively. I'm not one that cares to deliver bad news, but I've always made a promise to the people that I sit here and work with, and the people that I've always done this for, that I will always be very honest with you, simply because I'm not going to sugarcoat anything for you. I am not going to give you some falsified representation of what it is that I'm being given. And as a Scorpio, and then just my innate ability to dig deep into some of the ucky-mucky stuff that unfortunately we experience in this life, things like this have come up in the past in readings and things like this. It's a very hard message for me to deliver, and my heart, soul, and love gets sent out to anybody who's dealing with an extremely difficult situation, but this is real life. These are unfortunately the things that happen in the world around us, and you have been in this state or this situation, and some of those difficult messages resonate for you. Please know that you have my love, and I'm sending you healing energy, and that we experience these things for a reason. And even if they don't make a damn bit of sense to us in those moments, that there is something to that. So again, like, all I can say is I send my love and my heart space to you in comfort and in care. But guys, let this message to Aquarius be resonating to the fact that this is real. Like, I don't do fake shit. I will always give you the reality of what it is that I'm getting. Life can be absolutely beautiful, and it can be absolutely heartbreaking in the same breath. But these messages, I've always been a firm believer that these messages come through because it's something that is right there at the surface, and we need to address it so that we can move forward in this life and for our soul's growth. So if this resonated with you, hit that like button. It's going to let me know that this is resonating for somebody out there, and that I am doing what I need to do, and the messages are getting out to where they need to go. Hit that subscribe button. That subscribe button is going to let you know when the other videos come out for your sign, as well as all other videos, the daily collective messages as well. And then for anybody who's going through a challenging time, please reach out to professional services that are going to be able to assist you on your soul's journey, and reach out to those who could provide deeper insight to what it is that you're dealing with at this time. Gosh, I'm exhausted from that one. All right, guys, I hope that your September is beautiful and bright and healing for each and every single one of you. I'm sending you nothing but all of my love and heartfelt space. I'm wishing you the best. Take care. Mwah.